Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today in this video I'm going to show you another kind of very beautiful kurta or kurti neckline. So to make this neckline I just took a pattern fabric. So this is going to be the borders of the kurti, and this is the plain fabric where I'm going to make that keyhole neckline. Today I teach you how to make that neckline in a very simple and easy method. The front part of my borders, and I have folded the fabric in half. This is the folded edge. So first you're going to decide the depth of the neckline. So for me the shoulder falls in 3.5 inches. From here you're going to mark the depth of the neckline. So my depth of the neckline usually I used to keep till 8 inches. So I'm going to mark till 8 inches. So from this point of 8 inches you're going to mark a 2 inch above that to give that a teardrop shape. So here I have marked the 2 inch. So this particular place I'm going to draw a teardrop shape, and I'm going to make a nice and neat U from here to here. First let me draw a box and just make a nice and pretty U neckline over this point. I'm going to just draw a U neckline over this point, and over here I am going to mark a teardrop shape, and it's going to come like this. And I've marked that in a pink color chalk. So I'm going to start from the neckline top, and I'm going to go all the way down like this. Okay. First cut the U. Okay. From the U point you're going to cut into the teardrop. Okay. Give a nice and neat curve to the neckline, and you're going to cut. The same I'm going to cut in this red color fabric. So I'm just going to lay this underneath, and I'm going to cut the same. Okay, I'm just going to cut the shoulders. Okay, and let me cut the neckline. So if you want, you can cut the canvas first, and you can cut this neckline later on. So it's left up to you. So first you're going to cut the U shape, followed by you're going to cut the teardrop shape. Let me cut into the teardrop shape like this. Now take your interfacing canvas like this, and you're going to place the neckline on top of the interfacing canvas, and you're going to cut the same over this point. Okay. After making the neckline on the canvas, now you're going to decide the width of the neckline. So the width of the neckline is absolutely left up to you. As much you want, you can just alter the width. I just want the width of the neckline to be like 1.5 inches. So exactly at 1.5 inches you're just going to give a mark. So from the curved edge of the neckline you're going to give the 1.5 inch of mark. So if you want 2 inch you can take 2 inch, and if you want to take 1 inch you can take 1 inch. So I'm just going to mark for 1.5 inches. So I'm just marking the same over this point. So let me mark that a little bit dark so that you can see the shape. So this is how it's going to look. So I'm going to cut into the exact 1.5 inch marking, and you're going to cut exactly on the line that you have drawn, and you can see it's going to go in a little bit, and it's going to go out. Like this. Just place the same on my neckline, and I'm going to leave a margin amount of fabric, and I'm going to cut the same over this point. So pin both the canvas and the fabric together, and roughly you're going to leave a marginal amount of fabric. It doesn't need to be any precise measurement over this point, and I'm just cutting the same over this. So now let me show you how to join these pieces together and how to attach the same to the neckline. Okay, so let me show you the stitching of this. So at the place of turns, make sure that you put the needle in and just you have to turn the fabric out. Okay. So now I have attached my interfacing canvas to my neckline. You're going to add some notches to the outer fabric like this. Okay. Exactly at this point you're going to get into the fabric like this. Okay. So this point at this corner, get into the fabric close to the interfacing canvas, and you're going to set it like this. So now, make sure that you adjust your machine to have a big stretch, because once after attaching this to your main fabric, I'll be removing this stretch out, and I'm going to have a turn over at this point. Okay. So if this is not a basting stretch, if you are not putting a basting stretch over this point, so while attaching this neckline to your fabric, you might have a plenty of stitches running on the neckline. So to avoid this, make sure that you put a basting stretch over this neckline, and once after finishing the neckline, you can just remove the stitches out so that the neckline looks really neat. After making the neckline, it's going to look like this. And take your wrong side of the fabric, make sure you face the wrong side of the fabric like this, and take your wrong side of the neckline, and you're going to match both the necklines like this, and you're going to sew on top of this. Okay, so exactly at the margin where you have sewn before, you're going to sew on top of that. Going to cut the pointy tips of the neckline like this, and you're going to make some notches all over the neckline like this. Okay, so now this is the wrong side of the fabric. Now I'm going to turn this to the pretty side like this. Okay. So this is going to be my pretty side, and I'm going to turn the neckline in. So once after turning the neckline, it's going to look like this. So make sure that you take the pointed tip out just by inserting a pen into this, and it's going to look like this. Now I'm just going to put a top stitch to conceal these pieces together. So let me sew that together. So I'm going to sew at the exact margin of the neckline. And take a rope like this and fold the rope in half, and I'm going to attach this rope to the one side, and I'm going to make a button on another side. So just I'm going to attach this to the one side of my neckline, and I'm going to sew that together. Now you're going to remove the basting stitch that you have given to join the fabric and the canvas. So just remove the basting stitch, or else the neckline is going to have a two stitch, so which is not going to look really nice. And I'm just removing that basting stitch out. Okay. So this is how it's going to look once it's done, and it just came out really simple and beautiful. So to the one side of the neckline I have made a loops. So to the other side I'm going to attach this fancy button. So I'm just going to place this button over this point, and I'm going to sew that together. So just like that, I'm going to sew this button over the neck side of the neckline. Okay. Once after making the button and the loop, and I'm going to put the button and the loop together like this, and the neckline is going to stay firm like this. Very pretty, very beautiful neckline, and I taught you the very easy and simple method to make this very beautiful neckline. Hope you like this, and if you like this video and if you want more videos like this, don't forget to hit on the subscriber button below, and also don't forget to give a thumbs up if you want more videos like this. So see you next time with a different kind of style. Take care. Bye bye.